You ready?
I'm ready.
Ready over there, Tiny?
Absolutely not.
Tiny says he's not ready. Somebody's ready out there in the audience. Okay, for all you kids in the audience that care to actually pay attention or not, doesn't matter to us. First off, we would like to thank you for allowing us to invade your little watering hole and cut into your relaxation time while you're imbibing and conversing and whatnot. I am DJ Rick from tunedinradio.us. The name of our show is Wha Happen, and it's a weekly news magazine program. We kind of talk about the news and I get a couple of guests and we talk about their opinions on it. Now, during the show, we encourage you to please, if something you find pleasurable or exciting, by all means, clap, cheer, applaud, whatever you'd like to do. If you find something that really ticks you off, and this is what I'm hoping to get out of you, is we'd be glad for you to boo and we know all those nasty things people in crowds do. Try not to get profane if you can help it. If you can't help it, well, we do have an editor, and this is taped, it's not live, so we can't cut any craziness out. If it gets really crazy, usually that's just Gabe, our cameraman, who gets truly crazy, but hopefully he's on his best behavior. I made him promise to leave his clothing on, so we should be fine. Yeah, you too, Sue, by the way. Anyhows, we are going to get started, so if anybody in the audience has any questions or anything like that, come on up and ask. We'd be glad to have you. Matter of fact, we're going to try and get Archie up here to talk about his previous relationship experience. And hopefully we can, learn something out of that, we might talk his cheering section, Steve, there to come on up, show us what it's like. But anyway, we're about to get this show on the road. Are you ready down there, Gabe?
I am all ready.
Okay, you give me a countdown and we will get started.
3, 2, 1, let's hear it.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Tuned In TN and the Wha Happen Show. My name is DJ Rick, and we're glad to be here. We are coming to you live from one of the best places to go get your watering hole on, so to speak. We're coming to you live from the Tipsy Cow Bar here in Charleston, Tennessee. And right on. Big round of applause. Thanks for having us, Frank and Lori. And Frank, you might remember a couple weeks back, was on the show with us in the studio. And I've been here to the place before, and I thought, this would be a great place to do a show from. So I brought a couple of my smaller friends, and we decided to do a show. And anyways, let me introduce my guest. To my right is the one and only DJ Dark Raven, also known as Adam Smith. And on my left, I don't know if you've actually heard the Tipsy Cow commercial, but there's a girl cow in there who tells you to make sure you hit the bullseye, and then she says, "Ow, my eye." Well, this is Colton Tiny Wilson. There you go. That's it. I said to him, we were making that commercial, and I said, I really need somebody who can do voices and voice effects. And Colton came out with that, "Ow, my eye." And I was like, oh, that's it. You're perfect. You're it, man. So, yeah, that's just one of his many, many, many skills. Anyways, the way the show works is I usually cover like 7 or 8 news reports from the week and then get the opinions of my guests on that news. And this week, though, I've kind of melted it down into one particular article, something that happened today. Our glorious United States Senate, in their infinite wisdom, has seen fit to pass this I'll call it what they want to call it. They call it a stimulus package in the Democrat world. I've heard some GOP people call it something different, but we're going to review it and see if it meets up to our standards, high standards we have here as hard-working Americans. Yes, and if there's any lefties in the audience, we didn't mean to make you cry. It's just, that's what you do. You're snowflakes. Anyways. All right, let me get started. The stimulus package was passed today by the United States Senate on the reconciliation plan, budget reconciliation, and the vote went 50-50. Our illustrious Vice President, Kamala Harris, has made the deciding vote. And so, let me read to you what's in there. first off, during this pandemic, we have to make sure we take care of the unemployed. The unemployed, aid to the unemployed, expanded unemployment benefits from the federal government would be extended, or will be extended through September 6th at $300 a week. That's on top of what beneficiaries are getting through their state unemployment insurance program. The first $10,200 of jobless benefits will be non-taxable for households with incomes under $150,000. Now, the Tennessee average personal income is the average unemployment benefit for an unemployed individual here in Tennessee is $275. So add the $300 that the federal government is now giving them, and they are now making $575 a week to sit home and not work. The average household or personal, what's that?
They're not going to do anything.
They're not going to do it. That's right. Well, no, see, their job is to sit home and get paid. Your job as a hardworking American is to pay for it. That's my point here. Yeah, absolutely. The average personal income here in Tennessee is $27,607 a year. Now, someone on unemployment is now making $30,000 a year. The major difference is on your $27,607, you have to pay taxes. If you're on unemployment and you don't want to work, you can sit home, take the $30,000 and the first $10,200, you don't have to pay taxes on. So that's how we're helping everybody. Now, we also are getting more checks though. The legislation provides a direct payment of $1,400 for a single taxpayer or $2,800 for a married couple that files jointly, plus $1,400 per dependent. Individuals earning up to $75,000 will get the full amount, and as with married couples, up to $150,000. The size of your check's going to shrink though. If you make $80,000 or more, you're not getting anything. Most Americans are going to get the full amount because the average in the United States is $68,703 in 2019. So you will be getting a check. Somehow we're going to pay for that too. Anyways, here's the biggie, and this is the most important part, because during the pandemic, we need to make sure we take care of those blue states. So we're going to give some money for state and local governments as well. The legislation is sending $350 billion with a B to state and local governments and tribal governments as well for costs incurred up till the end of 2024. The bill also requires that small states get at least the amount they received under the virus legislation that we passed last March. Many communities have taken hits to their tax base during the pandemic, which amazingly in my research I found that the two biggest offenders, the state of New York and the state of California, are, well, the New Yorkers, oh, I see, New York is popular here in Tennessee. As it turns out, New York actually collected in 2020 1.7% more tax revenue than they did in 2019. But we got to make sure we send them money to make up for the theoretical loss, I suppose. I don't know. California made 6.1% more in tax revenues in 2019 than they did in 2020. Or excuse me, they made more in 2020 than they did in 2019. Now, realistically, what happened in California, as we all know, is they mismanaged their retirement fund. And all the teachers from that particular union, their pension fund was in jeopardy. And Nancy Pelosi, through her nephew, Gavin Newsom, figured out a way to save it. And they'd like to thank each and every one of you for chipping in so that California's retirees can get paid. Yeah, well, and Nancy, fancy Nancy, she's the thing. Now, we also have to send aid to schools because it costs a lot of money to not be open. We're sending $130 billion in additional help to schools for students K through 12. The money is going to be used to modify classrooms to enhance social distancing, install ventilation systems, and personal protective equipment. The money can also be used to increase the hiring of nurses and counselors to provide to summer school. Spending for colleges and universities. In other words, Yale and Harvard and Brown University, all those universities are hurting. They need money too. We're sending them $40 billion to defray their pandemic-related expenses. So there you go. We're also giving aid to small businesses. Now this is a good part. Oh wait, it's only $10 million. That's amazing. No, it's $25 billion, but it's only a maximum of $10 million to a mid-sized company. So, that's not bad. If I was a mid-sized company, I'd take my $10 million. We're a pretty small company. So.
How are they helping the really small?
They're not helping really small companies. If you don't have about 500 employees, you don't even qualify for any of this aid. None. And you get to pay for it though. That's your part. A lot of money, $46 billion, is going for testing and vaccines. We're extending health care benefits for, here we go, I can't call them illegal aliens anymore. They're undocumented non-citizens will be receiving Affordable Care Act subsidies, and their Affordable Care insurance will be no charge. This is in today's bill.
Really?
It is going, yes. You can come to this country, get across the border, get released into the public, you get health care free. We don't have that, but if you just got here illegally, you will get that. Yeah, it's crazy. Renters and homeowners are getting $30 billion in assistance. Now that's all, this is what the Democrats are calling the good stuff. Sounded pretty good to me, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
If you got $80,000,
you don't mind paying for this, dude.
not at all.
You need to get closer to your mic, I can't hear you.
No, so not at all.
Oh, not at all.
No,
Okay.
no.
How about you there?
With my fingers crossed.
You want to pay for this? Can you pay my show too?
Nah.
He said no. You're really talkative. Remember I said you got to be talkative as a talk show.
Oh, well.
I just want to know where they get
Wait.
this idea that everybody makes $80,000 a year.
Well, they don't. It's for the people under 80,000. But you're not at the poverty level anymore because they raised or they lowered that number, so now you're okay. You're not at poverty. Anyway, here's the thing. Here's some of the useless stuff in this bill. $480 million for Native American language preservation and maintenance. So you don't forget how to speak Navajo. $480 million. $50 million in environmental justice grants. I couldn't even find out what that was. It's environment, and you've got to have justice in your environment.
That's listed as
Yeah, no
other.
one can explain to me what $50 million in environmental justice grants is, so I can't even complain about it. But it's expensive. Here you go. $10 billion is going to foreign affairs. Affordable Care Act subsidies for the next 2 years. Let's see. Oh, this bill contains $85.5 million for assistance to Cambodia. Cambodia. Hey, Archie knows something about Cambodia.
And what did we get in return?
Archie was over there years ago, right next door in Vietnam.
Well, what did we get in return?
From Cambodia, I don't know. Don't they make something important? I don't know. You get nothing. You get to pay for it. Don't you guys understand?
Excuse me. May I go to the bathroom first?
That's the beauty. We get to pay for this. 134 million to Burma, which really Burma is not called Burma anymore. It's called Myanmar. And we're still sending them money even though they just went through a military coup. And they're killing people in the streets, but our Democrats are on the job. They're sending them $134 million. 1.3 billion with a B. Here's a good one. You'll love this one, Steve. $1.3 billion is going to Egypt for the Egyptian military, which is going to buy weapons with that. Almost exclusively Russian military equipment. Bring 45 back. Yeah, that's where your money's going. 25 million for democracy and gender programs in Pakistan. So if you want to have that operation you were talking about, you should take yourself to Pakistan.
That's what I've always wanted. You
We're
know
gonna
me
get
so
your,
well.
well, we get your package to match your voice.
Oh, that's great.
Just saying. But yeah, I mean, I was worried. I was losing sleep. How do you sleep? I was worried. How are gender fluid people getting by in Pakistan? Well,
I was something they wanted to be.
I'm going to rest easier now because we just sent them $25 million to make sure they're cool. Here's a good one. $505 million to Belize. Because Belize has only dirt roads and they need paved roads. Now, all the residents of Belize,
Are rich.
well, only 1/4% of native and residents of Belize have a car. But you see, Belize is where all the rich go to jet set. It's where all your Hollywood stars, it's where all your rich people go in the summertime for that nice blue, clean water, and they're tired of their limos getting dirty on these dirt roads. So they wanted roads built, and somehow they got Congress to give them $505 million to build all these roads. Costa Rica gets $61 million. El Salvador, $855,000. That's cheap. Guatemala gets $1.2 million. Honduras gets $1.4 million. Nicaragua and Panama get $40 million each. And $40 million, here's one for the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C., which is
It's
not
not even
open.
open.
It's not open.
No.
Yeah, it's not even open. Do you even know what the Kennedy Center is?
Supposed to be some big sophisticated place where we're supposed to
It's
have it.
sophisticated. It
Yeah.
sure is sophisticated. It's not open, so you don't get a chance to see it. But so that it can
I doubt
stay
they'll let
open.
me in.
Someday it will be open, though. So we made sure they had $40 million to eventually open. They're in Washington, D.C. Anyway, $1 billion for the Smithsonian Institute. They are not open either. And an additional $154 million for the National Gallery of Art. Likewise,
Not open.
they are not open. So,
Why all the money for places that aren't?
why all the money for
Where's the
places
money
that are
really
not?
going?
That's a good question. Where is all this money really going? That is where it's going.
I'm telling you, who's on first, what's on second, I don't know's on third.
You know the fellow's names?
Yes.
Well, then who's playing first?
Yes.
I mean the fellow's name on first base.
Who?
The fellow playing first base for St. Louis.
Who?
The guy on first base.
Who is on first?
Well, what are you asking me for?
You know how this works, though.
It sounds like a shell game to me.
Well, it is kind of a shell game. In other words, let's say you're a company that wants to get something done. You give Nancy Pelosi, you want her vote, right? Well, she says, well, I'll give you my vote, but you have to give me $100 million. Oh, but you can't give it to me directly.
Yeah.
So I tell you what, I have a son-in-law who's a paver, and he needs a contract. So you give him the money to pave the roads. We'll take taxpayer money to pave all these roads, and I'll make sure my son-in-law gets the contract.
I had an uncle who did something like that.
It's called, you take care of all your friends once you get in office. And you do it with taxpayer money. It's really all there is to it. In other words, here's the thing though. Let's say I'm the United States and I don't have any money, right? Well, I don't have any money, so I'm going to borrow money, which is what they're doing to pay this 1.9 trillion with a T is what they're borrowing to do this. So I borrow money to do all this stuff, even though I'm in debt. I'm $28 million, $1 trillion in debt. So I borrow $2 trillion more. And instead of using it to try and get out of debt or use it for real things for Americans, I loan it to Tiny over here. Because if I'm broke, that's just what I want to do is loan Tiny money.
You know. Morons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Tiny will take the money, he don't care.
Right.
You know, like Tiny in his gender studies in Pakistan. I know you voted for that, by the way. I know you did.
I saw it and I couldn't resist.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. The solution to the entire thing, the United States House has already solved the problem. They passed a bill called H.R. 1, House Resolution 1, and it's a voter revamping the voting system, and it allows for the people who know everything, they can now vote. Because if you are, as soon as the Senate passes it, 16-year-olds are going to vote.
No.
So the next time you have a problem in life,
16-year-old.
yeah, the next time you have a problem in life, all you have to do is find a 16-year-old and ask them how to fix it, because they know enough to vote. So they probably could fix your world too.
16 years old.
16 years old. What were you doing when you were 16 years old? I don't know. Do we have to cut this part? Is it legal?
Yeah, it's legal.
Oh, okay, it was legal.
I was.
I wouldn't tell my pastor about it, but it was legal, right?
Actually, I can't remember, so we should just
You
skip
said I
that
can't
question
remember.
entirely.
That's because it involved all that marijuana, I'm sure.
No.
Oh no, wait, that was Gabe's you. So anyway, in a nutshell, after this particular bill was passed today in the Senate, ladies and gentlemen, you can just wave bye-bye to all your tax dollars. Just wave bye-bye. Yeah, that wasn't long enough. But show me that again. How'd you do that?
Oh, you mean the wave?
Yeah, do the wave, man. That's
It's delightful.
hire the handicap. They're fun to watch. That was good. That's good.
Well, thank you. Would you like one more?
Are you a resident card?
Oh.
Please do one more.
One more?
Please do one more.
Okay. Since you asked on us.
Yeah, there you go.
I am a god, you dull creature.
There you go. That insult to injury. Yeah. So, Mama Sue's out there. What do you think about paying your fares? You work, right? I know you work. You're my wife. Of course.
I work hard for my money.
You work hard for your $27. It makes you mad.
Yes.
Why would it make you mad? You're going to help gender studies in Pakistan.
You know what? I barely make enough as it
You
is.
barely make enough as it is. I know. I live with you. I know.
Why can't I stay?
Well, now wait a minute. Now Colton works for the same company. You make enough to be above the poverty level, right? No, not really.
No.
No, that's
Absolutely not.
That's a typical
It's
American.
paycheck to paycheck.
But yeah, now you can rest assured that a good $70 to $80 of your paycheck every week is going to fund this right here. How's that make you feel?
Yeah, I don't care for that.
You know what I mean? You don't care
No,
about it.
absolutely not.
Well, my question is, and let me ask both of you this: how the hell did we get here?
I have no earthly idea.
You have no earthly idea. Did you vote?
Yes.
You did. And I'm going to guess. I'm going to go out on a limb here and guess you didn't vote for Joe. Really?
No.
Come on now. You ain't got the hots for camel toe coming up? I keep doing that. Why do I keep doing that? It's weird. Why the hell I keep doing it? Anyway, yeah, so you didn't vote for Joe.
Not on principle.
Okay, well, here's the thing. How do we stop this?
Well,
There's the part. Everybody wants to complain, but nobody seems to know how we stop this.
Oh, hell, let's just do what we always do. Hijack some nuclear weapons and hold the world hostage.
they always-
Vote.
That's what they always
Vote.
tell us.
There's another thing you can do too, because voting, well, yeah, that works sometimes, but and I can't. Yeah, this is going to air on YouTube, so I have to be very careful about what I say about voting, because there's that F word that if we use it, they will take this video immediately right off of YouTube. This is another problem that's happening in our country today, and I don't know that how many people are really aware of it. If all you watch is mainstream media, you're not getting the truth. And you will get it on certain internet media outlets, but lately, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, they're censoring conservative voices all over the place, and I mean severely, to the point where when I say I can't use the F word, I'm not talking about the one that means fraternization under consent of the king, if you know what I mean. That word I can get away with saying, and YouTube will not kick us off. But if you say the F word that kind of rhymes with broad, they'll throw us off YouTube for saying that. And absolutely. You use that word in any conversation that has to do with elections or voting, They'll kick, not only will they delete our video, but they will kick our channel off of YouTube and ban us forever.
Either way, it's bad.
They are not kidding. The Constitution doesn't seem to matter to left-wing voices these days.
That's awesome.
If you want to say that there was some impropriety in any elections in this country, you're a racist right off the bat. That's the first thing they'll tell you is your white supremacy is showing. And, I don't know about you kids, but I woke up this morning and I was disabled. I woke up white supremacist. That's what they tell me. I don't know. My black friends don't seem to think so, but according to the left and to mainstream media, we are all white supremacists. All you got to be is white, and you qualify. So that's just what's happening these days.
Even if you're part Mediterranean.
Even if you're part Mediterranean, if you got any part white in you, you are the problem, and you should be canceled. That's just how it's going. How would you fix it? What do you suggest we do there, Tiny? If we can't vote, what else can we do to help change things like this and stop them from happening?
I mean,
There's one solution.
the going thing seems to be protests, but
Protest? Yeah.
we see how that seems to be going.
Yeah, that didn't work too well either.
No.
Yes, voting is the answer. That constitutionally, that's supposed to balance things out. But when voting doesn't work, you need to speak up. And what I mean by speak up is not to the media because they won't report it, but blow up your congressman and your senator's phone lines. Constantly call them over and over and over and stay on hold. If you're not doing nothing, you're just having some free time, call your senator, call your your representative. Call them up and give them hell. Tell them, look, this is not acceptable, period. And until the right starts doing that, till conservative voices speak up on a massive scale, we're not going to be heard. And, a lot of us will sit around and we'll complain about it, and we make, goofy little shows, and we make jokes about it. And yeah, I know I make lightly of things like this or try to joke about it, but this is a hardcore, serious problem. They're reaching into my paycheck and your paycheck to pay for gender studies in Pakistan.
Yeah.
Where the hell did we go wrong? That's really what I want to know. And if they want to throw me off for that, go ahead. But if you're a guy and you want to become a girl, fine, that's fine with me. I don't care. Get weird if you want to get weird, But I'm not going to pay for it, and especially if you're not even an American. That's who thought of this crap? You know what I'm saying?
It was the 16-year-old.
How you doing, brother? I haven't seen you in a dog's age. All kinds of people mosey on into the Tipsy Cow. I'll tell you what.
I'm telling you, Rick, it's the 16-year-olds that they weren't allowed to vote.
Well, there you go. They don't even know what gender that. I found that funny. They just now stopped eating Tide Pods.
I know.
And in celebration, we're going to let them vote.
Yeah.
Did you ever eat a Tide Pods? Come on, be honest.
I never actually thought to eat a Tide Pod.
You didn't even look and say, wow, I wonder what the big
not
thing
at all. It was pretty
Oh,
obvious.
we know you ate a Tide Pod. Come on.
Yeah, of course.
How was it?
A little sour.
A little sour.
That's
good. I knew he'd eat one.
I can see it.
He's like, you remember, you were too young. You remember the commercial? Give it to Mikey. He'll eat it.
Yeah.
He'll eat anything.
I have.
Yeah. That's what Camel Joe's husband does. I said. Did I say Camel Joe again? I gotta stop doing that. That's terrible. Anyways,
I get no respect.
you get no. Oh, now you're gonna pull up your Rodney Dangerfield. That's good. That's good. That's good. So, how's things? You got a new show going on too, huh?
Yeah, the Ore Mine on
Wednesday nights.
Wednesday nights 6 to 8.
Heavy metal, new stuff, old stuff.
Trying to figure out. I want my audience to give me some feedback, tell them what they want to hear, make it part of our show.
Classic metal, though.
Yeah, classic metal, 80s rock.
Why don't you play real rock like Southern rock?
Also,
You boss one of that. Wait a minute, man. I love Southern rock. Who are you kidding?
I know, I'm just messing with you.
What kind of music do you like there, Tiny? Ballroom dancing?
That's not too bad. I like a little classic.
He's a ballet. Ballet's a bag.
Of course.
Man, I just had a mental image of him in a tutu. Wow.
I'm just glad you're thinking about me.
Yeah, I spend my whole day thinking of you, Tiny.
That's what,
I swear, buddy.
So the dream would still be to have the whole
Yeah.
I'm for Rick. You want me to paint that on my stomach? And
Yeah. Well, we had the tattoo you were gonna get on your tummy there, wasn't it? Oh yeah, body like you got a body like.
Oh
a
yeah,
god.
I got a body like a god. Too bad it's Buddha.
I'm rich and I'm dead sexy. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good one. Good
This is
one.
But
my
it's-
relaxed mode.
It's just relaxed mode. You know, Gabe, have you put yourself on camera this evening?
Oh yeah, I've been on camera, off camera.
You've been on camera. You've been
Jumping on
You've been
cameras,
awful
off camera.
quiet this evening.
I'm just
Usually,
listening to
when
you.
you don't have a lot to say, I usually worry.
Well,
He's up to
there's no
something.
conspiracy theory.
Oh, that's right.
Probably.
Gabe is for anybody who doesn't know Gabe. He's our resident conspiracy theorist. He can tell you who, you know. And we haven't done it yet. We're going to do a show on whether we really were on the moon, right?
Exactly.
Is it?
Oh,
Yeah.
I gotta get on that.
Gabe doesn't think we actually were on the moon.
I
What?
don't either.
Oh, you don't either?
What?
Oh, look, you got a friend over here.
See? See?
I don't believe it.
It's not a
Every time I look
conspiracy
outside,
theory, it's a
it's
theory.
Oh, he knows where it was done. It was done at Lookout Mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, look out Mountain
Wow.
California.
Yep.
Lookout Mountain, California.
It's a government studio out there.
No kidding. Wow,
Sharon
man.
Tate's father was commanding officer.
Sharon Tate's father.
Yeah.
That would explain the Manson thing.
Oh, we
Can
go
I
to
tell you-
the
Oh,
show,
he,
man.
he's got his conspiracy theories linked together.
We
You
can.
might be able to learn something.
We're
You
gonna
two
sit
get
down.
together,
We're gonna
we'll
sit down
talk.
and write a book on it.
You're gonna write a book on it. Yeah. What do you think? Did we really go to the moon, Tiny?
Oh, I believe we did.
I believe we did.
Wholeheartedly, I believe. I believe that humanity is capable of doing that.
Yeah.
Even during that period of time. I mean, look at technology now.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean-
speaking about period of time, back in those days, we had a hard time getting a television signal from a TV
Yeah,
station
we
to
had
your
rabbit
house.
ears. My dad
How
had
are
it
you
all.
gonna
He
do
had
that
me and my
from the
brother. We'd
moon?
stand there and hold the aluminum foil.
How are you going to do it from the moon?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
didn't have to climb a
it's just
ladder.
radio waves.
My dad had remote
Yeah.
control back in the
You
day.
have to have a transmitter
He'd
to
say, hey,
powerful
shoot,
enough.
I mean, asshole.
Man,
I mean,
I'm going to be there for that show.
yeah.
Okay. Right.
Smiling
No,
on.
my dad used to say, hey, asshole, go get me a beer. I'd say, no, Dad, I'm shitting. He's the asshole. Yeah.
I was an only child. I had no excuse.
Oh, right. You had to do everything.
Yeah.
Change the channel. Yeah, Dad had
Back in
remote.
those days, to get a black and white antenna, you were going like
That's
this.
right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, during the Super Bowl, Dad used to make me and my brother hold hands and stick,
Yeah.
you know.
And you had aluminum foil on your head.
But with all that technology, that's why they think we really weren't on the moon, because that's what technology was back then.
I think it was
Couldn't even
possible.
get a TV picture. How are we going to get to the moon?
I never
mean-
went to UHF.
Oh, that you talking about the channel with no dent?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a weird channel.
I think it was a classic scenario of we were trying to blow something up, except this time it didn't blow up. It actually went to where it was supposed to.
Yeah, went to the moon. I think we did go to the.
Speaking of which, did you see the launch 2 days ago about the SN-10?
Yeah, it actually landed too.
And landed, but what they didn't show you on the original film
Was?
was it blew up 2 minutes after it landed.
Oh, did it really? I didn't hear that part.
You didn't. It was funny to watch
I
too,
didn't
because it
know
landed. Everybody's cheering and everything else, and all of a sudden, 2 minutes later, goes.
Wow. And they were going to reuse that too.
Yep.
Wow, and not that one.
Y'all gonna make the stimulus package too?
Yeah, I wish the stimulus package would do that.
Oh.
There was a joke that
Tell you what, though,
when
enjoy your $1,400 check, because it's really costing you dearly.
there was a joke that went along with that about all the engineers in NASA and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Elon Musk asked the question, "Well, did we take off successfully? Yes, sir. Did we land successfully? Yes, sir. Did it blow up? Yes, sir."
Whoops. Yeah, whoops. Yeah. Gotta be careful what you ask.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, that's the latest on the stimulus package.
There was one thing I noticed you left out.
But I leave that.
The $15 minimum
Oh.
wage. I know that whenever they met, they had removed that, correct?
Well, yes, the Senate parliamentarian said that the $15 an hour minimum wage did not qualify to be voted on under the budget reconciliation rules. Now, Kamala Harris could have overruled that decision, but she chose not to because our boy Joe Manchin said he wouldn't vote for it. So they left it out.
I still can't believe that was even an idea.
Well, you know, I get it. There's a lot of people working for minimum wage. You can't live on that. I get
No,
why
but-
they want to do that, but
Welcome to the federal government.
yeah.
It is an idea.
You know, back in the good old days, they used to just make the economy work to the point where a man could get a job. You know, and this is the truth. In the 60s, my dad got out of high school in like 1961 or 2, something like that. And right out of high school, got a job with IBM. And within 2 years, he had made enough money to buy a home, get married, and have kids. Nowadays, you can get out of high school and good luck getting a job that you can even afford to get married on, much less have kids or buy a house. There's just no way. See, that's the thing about people your age, you don't know what it used to be like. You used to be able to get out of high school, and as long as you worked hard, you could even get a job in a trade and build a good life for yourself without the government taking all your money and telling you what to do. But nowadays, they don't trust you to do that. You don't know enough to handle that. So the government wants to take all your money and give it out to us evenly and make sure that everybody has enough. Nobody's got too much except for them. That's just how it's really worked out. But a lot of you, I mean, I feel sorry for a lot of you young people because you don't really know what the U.S. used to be and what it could be if it was run properly again. That's the thing, and that's how the left is getting all the young people to vote for them. You know, because all they know is, well, maybe they can get me out of my parents' basement.
They didn't
They're
get
the
my
ones that
vote.
put you in your parents' basement.
We
So-
lived on a one-income family.
My dad was a one-income family and bought a home and got married and raised 2 kids quite comfortably.
All bills were paid, we never missed a meal.
Right, and occasionally you could go out to eat. I mean, we weren't rich, but, you know, we did all right.
Go on vacation.
Yeah, yeah, and you knew that there was boys and girls. There wasn't questionable who
Where
was
you
what
stood.
gender, and
Yeah,
yeah.
knew exactly where you stood. Like.
Yeah, I mean, if they want to follow the science, follow the science. There's 2 genders,
Yeah.
male and female. Amazing. But you
Oh, I
know,
got in trouble for going into the girls' room.
you got in trouble for going in the girls' room? Who caught you?
One of the female teachers.
Oh yeah. Oh, well, you're talking back when you was in school. Because now you can get away with it, especially with that long, beautiful hair of yours. Man. I meant to ask you, what do you comb that with? A brick?
Well, they are a real ripe porcupine.
A ripe porcupine?
Ripe porcupine. I
There
mean,
you go.
pine cone.
Pine cone.
Pine
It looks
cone.
like a porcupine would work too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sean's real conscious about his hair. I caught him one morning. He came
Styling
in.
and profiling all the
Yeah,
time.
it's some daytime DJs. You know what I mean? Oh, GQ. He told me the other day he
That's
puts
why
the
he
X
keeps me
in
in the
sexy,
dark.
man. He did. Did he tell you that?
No.
Yeah, he said he puts the X in sexy.
Oh.
I said, he puts the X in sexy. He's got a promo coming up. I was trying to write for him. He said, yeah, put that in there. I don't know. Yeah.
You notice he keeps me in the dark at night. So.
That's why he carries that cane. That's not for helping him walk. He uses that to beat all the girls off with. Man, he thinks he's one of the Beatles or something, man. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. That's a pink cane. Did he say that's a pink
Yeah, I'm
cane?
pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So,
That's sexy.
He's just missing the purple suit and the feather hat.
That's my pimp game.
Well, I'll tell you what, you guys did a pretty good job for being fill-ins, you know. And you know, I had a good plan too. I had Tim Pinkham and Tim Entwist that were going to be here, and I was going to say only here on Tuned In TN do you get guests in stereo.
TNT.
TNT. And instead I got you two.
Yeah.
But everything is what it is. I appreciate you filling in, though. I appreciate you filling in.
Glad to be here, man.
Yeah. But yeah, Tim wanted to make a lefty cry, and I said, well, we got to go to a different place because I don't think we're going to find any here.
No, I don't see him left
Yeah.
here.
I'm pretty sure I didn't hear any boos when we were, yeah, you know, it is what it is.
But I want to clarify one thing if I may.
What's that?
I love Skinner, okay?
You love, okay, so you
love
do a
it.
little Southern rock. Yeah, all right. Yeah, because you got to be careful around here. You say you don't like Southern rock in this place. You don't say that up here in a Tipsy Cow. This guy over here is eyeing you up already.
Yeah, I see him. But one eye like they look about him.
I know him. You don't want to mess with him.
I've seen what he carries.
If we go back a few years, this one over here and me, he's been making me nervous for years. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I've heard some stories about that dude.
Yeah. So yeah, did we miss anything? Was there anything that you wanted to tell the world there, Tiny?
Nope.
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 You know, I told him, I said, man, I don't know if I can put you on. You talk too much.
Nope.
He's just a man.
I warned you ahead of time. I'm not a
He's
talker.
a man of few words.
Oh, you better believe it.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, Gabe. We got Tiny and I had an idea when you wasn't around.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we've And he's like, what did we come up with?
Oh.
We got a festival. I'm going to mention the festival too, for those of you out there in listener land and everybody here too. I'm going to tell them about the festival. How about that? That's a good idea. We have the Tuned In Music and Arts Festival coming up in June. It's June 11th, 12th, and 13th at Cherokee Farms in Lafayette, Georgia. And it's a 3-day festival. You can come and enjoy some music and arts. It'll be a little bit of rock and roll, a little bit of rockabilly, some blues, and kind of stuff like that. A lot of local bands, some out-of-town bands. Hetzel Art Studio and Gallery from Cleveland is got about 40 to 60 artists coming, gallery artists, and they'll be displaying their work and painting on the site. So it's going to be a good time. You can come spend all 3 days or just one day, but camping is available and everything. And we got all kinds of little side shows going on too. We've got 5 Points Boxing is going to be there, and they got some exhibition matches with kids, youth boxing and whatnot. So it's going to be a good time. And Tiny is going to do a show there too, right?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be
Tiny's
glorious.
going to do. If you ever saw Tim Conway back years ago, he did a routine called Dorf.
Dorf on golf.
Dorf on golf. We're going to have Tiny on DJ. Yes. Tiny's going to do the Dorf routine at the festival.
Dorfman.
Yeah. I think we're going to call him DJ Wannabe. It's going to be a little DJ routine, but he's going to be DJ Wannabe and do the Dorf routine.
He'll probably be.
And I think he's going to give us what do they call it? A ballet recital too, right? If we can find, I don't know. I got Susan Hyder's working on your tutu, but I think she ran out of material or something. I don't know. Something about she put an eye out, leotard snapped or something like that. Anyways, yeah. She'll have you all suited up, purred.
Oh man.
It's going to be a good festival anyway. So, and yes, we will be serving beer, so come on down.
We told
You probably
Susan
need one.
we needed a kilt, and she thought we said quilt.
Yeah. It'd take pretty much a quilt to make him a tutu. Seriously.
I keep wanting to call him Flounder.
You keep wanting to call him Flounder? I don't know why.
Animal House?
I know who you're talking about.
Dorfman?
Yeah, Flounder. Yeah. Dorfman was his name, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Remember his,
Right.
when his image showed Tommy was with
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Right. Far out. Anyways, did you have anything crushing that you needed to talk about there, Gabe?
No.
Okay. Well, there you go.
We need to get rid of Nancy Pelosi.
We need to get, Mama Sue says we need to get rid of Nancy Pelosi.
Oh, that's it. That's
I don't know, I think the crowd likes Nancy Pelosi.
No!
Oh, I got a big no on that. Wow.
How about that
Fancy
side?
Nancy's not too popular up in here. Come on now, she got that fancy fridge and all them fruity tooty
I
ice
heard
cream.
from that side of the room. I didn't hear from that side of the room.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure we got quite a few Biden fans in here. Right?
Yeah.
Maybe. No, apparently not. Apparently not.
That's all I have.
Apparently not. Yeah. Anyways, we know. I'm being a little bit tongue-in-cheek, facetious. Just a little. Anyways, you got anything else there, Tiny?
Nah,
You
don't
want to
have
give us one more? Ow my! Perfect.
Oh man.
So yeah, next time you hear the Tipsy Cow commercial and you wonder who is that woman that she is.
Why, hello there.
Yeah. And she's available for parties? No, I'm just kidding. This one's available for parties, huh? Yeah.
I'm available, period.
You're available. Oh, is that, you're putting it out there like that? On YouTube, you're putting call me.
Call.
Gabe, you could,
Put the
this.
number right here.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. He's going to put the number at the bottom. But yeah, if you're out there in YouTube land watching this, do us a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, tell all your friends about us because we're trying to grow the show, which is actually growing pretty quick. So, and if you got nothing else,
Just make metal great again.
make metal great again. That's a good. There you go from the dark red. But yeah. One more time, we'd like to send a big shout out to Frank and Lori from the Tipsy Cow for having us in the house. And a big round of applause for all the folks here at the Tipsy Cow for letting us be here. You've been a great crowd. And we'll probably come back and do this again. I think we'll do it on a Friday night, about 11 o'clock.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll get all kind of crazy. I'll bring all my lefty friends. No, just kidding.
Maybe talk
Anyway.
about the time I come back to life.
Yeah, there you go. Anyways, thanks for letting us be here, and this is DJ Rick. Tune in and catch us tomorrow. Actually, this will be loaded up to YouTube if you want to see it on YouTube. It'll be on Tuned In TN tomorrow afternoon or evening, somewhere in there. And thanks for having us, and this is DJ Rick, and we are out.
See ya.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Let me cut you.